This video is an excerpt from our weekly podcast. Go and watch the full podcast, check the link in the description of this video, or support us on Patreon at patreon.com/prettygoodgaming. Cyberpunk on the PlayStation Store again. It was relisted on June the 21st. There's just a couple of things to talk about now. It's the fact that... yeah, it's on PlayStation again, but even PlayStation doesn't want you to play it on the PlayStation 4.
Handling it with gloves.
Yeah, let's just go through what's been said. So on the Cyberpunk Twitter account, they tweeted, Cyberpunk is now back on the PlayStation Store. You can play the game on PlayStation 4 Pro and PlayStation 5. Additionally, a free next-gen upgrade will be available for all owners on a PlayStation 4 version of Cyberpunk 27 in the second half of 2021. I like what they've done there. This is PR all over. I'm not good at PR. It's back on a PS Store, right? It's the first sentence. The second sentence is reiterating a fact that was already known, is that, you'll get a free upgrade. So it's leaving you with a positive kind of sensation, a positive vibe. You'll get a free upgrade for PlayStation owners of the PS4 version, second half of 2021. So leaving you with a nice feeling there. And then in the tweet that was replied to that, they give you some additional information, the most important information, not reiterating old information, the new information that is important to PlayStation 4 users, which is users may continue to experience some performance issues with the PS4 edition while we continue to improve stability across all platforms. The PS4 Pro and the PS5 versions of the game will provide the best experience on PlayStation. So again, another way to term it that doesn't say what exactly they mean is that the PlayStation 4 version is still shit and
it's not going to get any
better.
better.
Not buy it. And you should probably not play it on the PlayStation 4. You have to play it on PlayStation 4 Pro and PlayStation 5 to get the best experience. And that is a relative term. The best experience doesn't mean it's a good experience. But again, this is all PR for you, and they're doing a very good job.
I mean, they know exactly what they're doing, and I haven't looked at this Twitter thread, but you just know that it's going to be full of memes, full of abuse, full of them just getting roasted. And why are they bothering, right? I mean, I know why they're bothering. They're bothering to put it on PS4 because there's a whole extra market where they can make a load of money. But why not just not, Why not just ditch that, forget about it, cast it aside, be like, all right, fine. We're doing the PS5, the proper PS5 version later on in the year. Let's just sit tight and wait for that. I've already answered the question. They're not going to do that because they're leaving money on the table with the PS4 version. But just wait. You could just wait. You'd earn so much more goodwill because you've burned so much of it and you need to get any scrap you can get. They're probably hoping rather that most of the controversies behind them, that most people who are, making hate videos and bad news about it have moved on to the next thing. Anyone who buys it now is just ignorant to any of the other problems. Like, it's a sci-fi first-person adventure game because it's barely an RPG. Let's be honest.
That's the biggest question. I mean, I think it was last week the 1.23 patch on the 17th. I think it was. So it was a week ago. The latest patch, the third big patch since it was released. A few days later, PlayStation comes back to the PlayStation Store. So the question is now in the minds of consumers, like, it's back on the PlayStation 4. They've had a recent patch. It might be worth going back to now. It might be worth buying now, and that's it's back on the PlayStation Store. It might still be worth playing. Not necessarily. On the PlayStation Store, there's a notice itself, which is very unusual. It says in block capitals, important notice. Users continue to experience performance issues with this game. Purchase for use on PlayStation 4 systems is not recommended. For best Cyberpunk experience on PlayStation, play on PlayStation 4 Pro and PlayStation 5 systems. We don't recommend you buy this on one of our hardware. For the best experience, which again, is that relative term again. It's the best experience. It doesn't make it a good experience. It's just better than the other shit experience. And it does tell you in the listing on the PlayStation Store that the game is likely to still be shit.
I've never seen that before. Like, that's
at least
wild.
It's back on the store. At least the memes are gone.
I mean,
yeah, right.
I'm a loss for words. From Sony's perspective, as the business that they are, they're very good at making money. That must have been a nightmare to compose that sentence. I'm sure they spent literally, it's just one sentence. Users continue to experience performance issues with this game. Purchase for use on PS4 systems is not recommended. I guarantee they spent a long time finding a way to say that. For all intents and purposes, it says, don't buy it on PS4, it's shit. Buy it on PS5 instead. But we can't put put buy it on PS5 instead because so many people don't have PS5s. It's not technically the PS5 version, it's the PS4 version on PS5. That's wild that they've actually come out and said that. I mean, it's not going to be front and center in their on the store page or anything, but it does say important notice, which is in capital letters and should get your attention.
At least they're addressing it, and that
Sony are doing the right thing.
Yeah, for sure. For the people who are wondering whether it's in a fit state anymore, it doesn't tell you objectively whether you're going to get a good experience on the PS4 Pro or the PS5. It just tells you that it's better than the PS4 version, which isn't telling you anything really. But anyway, at least it's there. And then the final bit of news regarding Cyberpunk 2077, it was Microsoft's refund policy is changing now. It was a kind of policy at launch. They didn't take the same stance as Sony and PlayStation. They left the game on the store, but they said anyone who wants a refund can have it. We're not limiting any refunds. But now that's changing, and from the 6th of July, they will default to the regular refund policy now. They won't have a special refund policy for Cyberpunk 2077. This is due to updates apparently, and the quote from the website says, "Update on Cyberpunk 2077. The team at CD Projekt Red continues to work hard to improve the experience of Cyberpunk 2077 for Xbox players and has made a number of updates. Given these updates, Microsoft will be returning to our standard digital game refund policy for Cyberpunk on July the 6th for both new and existing purchases." We're talking about the last week's patch, which included numerous cross features and animations, UI scene physics and gameplay systems. So did that 1.23 patch make a difference? I don't know. I've not played it. I watched a few videos, I read a few responses on Reddit and stuff like that. They're doing their best to fix. There's some glitches still in there. Obviously, it's a huge open world game. They're doing their best to fix a lot of that stuff up. They've not addressed the AI. Yeah, they've fixed the policemen spawning right in front of you. They'll spawn behind you now or over the road now. They haven't fixed the some of the core issues that a lot of players have found. They're just firefighting at the moment. They're not improving the game. They're just trying to fix the game and get it in a playable state, basically to try and get it back on the PlayStation Store. And there's a lot of people commenting that at this stage after the release of The Witcher 3, they've already had the Hearts of Stone expansion, like five months in, which added another 12 hours worth of gameplays plus additional DLCs and stuff. For Cyberpunk, that isn't the case. We've got no idea when the DLCs are coming or any expansions or anything like that. So you compare those two games. Cyberpunk is a bigger problem for CD Projekt Red. I just had a brief look for just to finish off on the Steam, on the recent reviews on Steam since the 1.23 patch came out. There are over 1,341 reviews since June the 17th, and they are at 63% or mixed. So I mean, I can't tell you whether or not this game is worth playing now, but my impression is from the response or reviews that I've seen is that it's probably still worth waiting. They do more than firefight the bugs and glitches and stuff.
I think I'm still gonna wait until the anniversary, like when it hits a year, because it came out on like
It was December the 10th. It was my birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember that. I definitely did. I'll try and play it again around its year anniversary, whether it's had loads of updates or not. That's my plan. I'm gonna download it again and just feel it out, whether it's had a huge recent patch or not. Just kind of see what's what. I don't expect much. I expect it to be better. Surely it has to be better than it was, but I don't expect it to be like groundbreaking or hugely improved.
Well, you look at No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky can do it, right? Final Fantasy 14 was it? That took a sabbatical, came back. That did it. I think Fallout 76 will never do it, just because of how that is coded and how it's there's so much lag between your input and the thing. I don't think Fallout 76 will do it. Will Cyberpunk do it? It's got the potential to do it. It can make this comeback. It can be a good game. It can be worth playing. People will argue, yeah, but it's already a good game. You got to look past this and that. I get that people have enjoyed their experiences with Cyberpunk. Question is it a game, a complete game that's worth buying? Like, would you put your seal of quality approval? Is this the best version of the game that it could be? Is it within 90% of the best version of a game that it could be? Is it even within the top 75% of the best version of the game that can be? You could probably have to say no from appearances. Again, speculation based on the fact I haven't played it since launch, but there we go. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to go and watch the full podcast, head to the description of this video and you'll find a link to our new podcast channel, or head over to patreon.com/prettygoodgaming and get early access.